We're all chasing success, right? But what if I told you the way most of us are chasing it is completely backward? Today, we're going to dive into something called the be, do, have model. It's a really simple but honestly powerful idea that could literally change how you look at your goals forever.
So let's just start with a really simple question. What does success really look like to you? I mean, seriously, when you close your eyes and picture making it, what do you see?
For most people, the answer is probably going to be something like winning the lottery, right? Or buying that dream house, getting a fancy car, maybe the latest watch or designer clothes. We're basically taught from day one to measure success by the stuff we can buy. And hey, don't get me wrong, that stuff can be awesome. But it's only part of the story. But here's the thing, right? Here's the catch. We've all heard the stories, haven't we? People who have everything, the money, the cars, the mansions, and they're still just miserable. So then maybe they pivot. They start chasing experiences, traveling the world. But even that, it's often just a temporary high. It doesn't lead to that deep, lasting fulfillment. It's a huge clue that we're missing a really important piece of the puzzle. And that right there brings us to the core idea we're talking about today. What if the entire way most of us are taught to chase success is fundamentally completely backward? Okay, so look at this. The common path, the one we're all taught, is do, have, be. It goes like this. We do the work, we grind, we hustle, we put in the hours, right? So that we can have the things, the house, the car, the money. And then we hope that one day all that stuff will finally let us be happy. But the alignment path, it flips this whole thing on its head. It's be, do, have. You start by first focusing on who you need to be. You become the person who is already capable of that success. And from that state of being, the doing, the right actions, they just start to flow naturally. And then the having, it shows up almost effortlessly as a result. It's a total game changer. See, success isn't really about what you're chasing. It's about who you are. When you truly embody the identity of the person you want to become, it's like a magnet. The right actions, the right opportunities, they start flowing to you, instead of you having to grind and hustle and chase after them all the time. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But it begs a pretty big question. How in the world do you actually learn to be that person? Like, what are the practical steps here? Well, the answer is one single powerful word: alignment. I want you to think about your life like it's a car. Now, if the wheels on your car are out of alignment, you can still drive, sure, but it's going to be a rough, bumpy ride. You're fighting the steering wheel the whole time, it's inefficient, and it just wears you out. But when you're in alignment, man, that journey is smooth. It's easy. So, what are our wheels? Well, they're these 4 pillars. First up, you've got your spiritual pillar. This is your purpose, your core why, the deep down values that drive everything you do. Next is the mental pillar. This is all about your beliefs, your mindset, the stories you tell yourself about who you are and how the world works. Then comes your emotional pillar. This is your motivation, your feelings, the stuff that generates your energy. And finally, you have the physical pillar. This is where your actions happen and you get real tangible results in the world. And just like with a car, for that smooth ride, all 4 of these wheels have to be pointing in the exact same direction. And check this out. Energy flows through these pillars in a specific order, from the top down. It all starts with the spiritual, with your purpose. That's the driving force. But then that purpose gets filtered through your mental pillar, your beliefs. And your beliefs can either supercharge that purpose or they can shrink it down to almost nothing. Then your mindset creates your emotions, which act like the fuel for your physical actions. See how it works? It all starts with purpose. And this is why misalignment is so frustrating and honestly so damaging. Imagine your energy flowing from your purpose, but then it hits a snag. It gets blocked by a limiting belief, something like, oh, I'm not good enough for that. Or it gets choked by a negative emotion like fear. It's just like pinching a garden hose. All that power, all that potential, it can't get through. Only a tiny trickle of energy makes it all the way to your actions, and you're left feeling stuck, wondering why you're getting such poor results. So, the takeaway here is absolutely crucial. We have to start at the source. If we want to unpinch that hose and get all 4 of our wheels pointing in the same direction, we've got to get crystal clear on our purpose. So how do we actually do that? How do we find our purpose? The good news is you don't have to go meditate on a mountaintop for 10 years. It really just comes down to taking some time to sit down and honestly answer 3 very simple but incredibly powerful questions. Okay, question number 1. It sounds simple, but it's deep. What do you truly want? And I'm not talking about what you think you should want or what your parents or society expect from you. No. If you were being 100% honest with yourself, with nobody else listening, what do you really, truly want to achieve or experience in your life? Now, if you're struggling with that first one, and a lot of people do, this next question is a fantastic tool. It's actually designed to help you bypass all those mental roadblocks. That little voice in your head that says, oh, I can't do that, or that's not realistic. So just imagine this. You go to sleep tonight, and you wake up tomorrow, and a miracle has happened. Your life is perfect. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Get really detailed with it. All right, once you've got a clear picture of what you want, you have to ask what is, without a doubt, the most important question of them all. Why? For every single thing on your list, the dream house, the fancy car, the perfect job, you need to ask yourself, why do I really want that? And please, don't settle for the first easy, surface-level answer. You've got to keep digging deeper.
Because here's what you're going to discover. Your why is never about the object. It's never about the thing itself. You don't want a sports car because you love metal and rubber and glass. You want it for the feeling you think it will give you. The feeling of freedom, maybe, or significance, or adventure. The real goal, the thing we are always chasing, is a feeling. And that brings us right back to the final, really powerful idea. If what we're really after is just a feeling, then do we actually have to go out and buy all the stuff and achieve all the goals just to get it? Or is it possible that we can learn how to be the person who already embodies that feeling of freedom or security or abundance, right here, right now, and then just let everything else fall into place as a result? That is the massive shift from do, have, be to be, do, have.